Welcome to HFY Galaxy Stories. The transport ship Valkyrie Dawn drifted through the burnt orange clouds of Orpheon 6, a gas giant that had once been home to legends. The planet's storms were famous across the galaxy, each thunderclap strong enough to flatten a city. Few dared to descend below its upper atmosphere, except one man, Captain Elias Ford. He wasn't a hero, at least not in the traditional sense. Just a tired explorer, retired from the Galactic core, looking for peace away from endless wars and politics. When his ship's sensors caught an impossible life signature coming from deep in Orpheon's storms, curiosity, and maybe loneliness, got the better of him. He went down. What he found shattered everything he knew about life in the universe. There, in the center of a vast floating canyon carved by the storms, stood a woman, at least 20 meters tall, glowing faintly with silver bioluminescence. Her eyes reflected lightning, her skin shimmered like liquid metal. She was breathtaking, terrifying, and deeply alien. Elias froze inside his exosuit. His scanner blinked red. Life form unknown. Height 22.4 meters. Bioenergy, stable. The giant looked straight at him and spoke, not with sound, but directly into his thoughts. "Another little one. You have come farther than any before you." Elias's heart pounded. "You can understand me?" "I understand all who speak truth," she said. "I am Lyra, last of the Aurelian Sentinels. My kind once guarded this world before the storms took it." Over the next few weeks, Elias returned again and again, building a fragile bridge of trust. He brought her data tablets filled with music, images, and stories from Earth. In return, Lyra told him about her people, beings of immense power who once channeled the energy of dying stars. When their sun collapsed, the Aurelians sealed themselves within Orpheon's storms to protect the balance of the sector. Lyra was the last one left. Elias couldn't help but admire her. She was gentle, curious, and achingly lonely. Sometimes, when the storms went silent for a brief hour, they just, talked. "You humans," Lyra said once, her voice echoing like distant thunder, "are so small, yet you burn with more fire than worlds." Elias laughed. "That's because we're stubborn. And maybe a little stupid." "Courage and foolishness are siblings," she mused. "Both dare to face the unknown." But not everyone saw it that way. The Galactic core intercepted Elias's transmissions. When they discovered the giant energy source, they didn't see a lonely survivor. They saw a potential weapon. A battle fleet was dispatched to Orpheon. When Elias learned of it, he rushed back to warn Lyra. "They're coming!" he shouted through the roaring winds. "They think you're a threat!" Lyra's eyes darkened. "I have no wish to fight, but if they attack, this world will burn." Elias knew she was right. Her energy field alone could vaporize an armada, but she didn't want destruction. She wanted connection. So he made a choice no human had ever made. He stood between her and the incoming fleet. The fleet commander's voice thundered through the comms. "Captain Ford, stand down. That creature is unstable." Elias shouted back, "She's not a creature. She's a person, a guardian who's kept this system safe for centuries." "Then prove it," the commander snapped. "Tell her to surrender." Elias turned toward Lyra. "They won't understand unless you show them who you are. Please don't fight." Lyra looked at him for a long, silent moment. Then slowly, she lowered her massive hands and touched the storm. A pulse of soft light rippled outward, calming the clouds, quieting the lightning. The whole planet seemed to exhale. The fleet fell silent. For the first time in centuries, the storms of Orpheon ceased. Elias became known as the man who befriended a giant, the only human who dared to see beyond fear. Lyra was recognized not as a weapon, but as a guardian, a living relic of a gentler age. Before he left, Elias looked back one last time. Lyra stood tall amid the calm, her silver glow reflecting the distant stars. "Thank you, little one," she said softly. "You reminded me what it means to trust again." He smiled. "And you reminded me what it means to be brave." The Valkyrie dawn rose into the quiet sky, leaving behind a world reborn. And that's how one human, just one, had the courage to befriend a giant alien woman. You've been listening to HFY Galaxy Stories. If you believe humanity's greatest strength is its heart, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tales from the stars.